Good morning.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, good evening. Hello. I know, Karn on a Sunday. I know, for maybe the last time, though it might be Sunday as well. I know, crazy. There will be a video going out in about 3 hours from now also, so make sure you go watch that. What is up? Absbor, Mel, Raiden, the Mask Fox, Dimension 7, Kung Fu Kung Zu Gamer, Jesse. Mel's the Digimon stream, bud. Don't know who Alan Ituriel is. Alright, so welcome to the last stream of Daily Digimon Seekers. What a week it's been. When you read Digimon Seekers, digimon.net. Or you can listen to it right here. So as a reminder, the streams will initially be unlisted. They're all in a playlist for your consumption. And then the VODs are going to go out hopefully by the time next week happens, because Digimon Seekers is moving to weekly, starting from, well, today technically, but the next one will be next Sunday. From then, hopefully, we should be able to just publish the VODs on like a Monday or a Tuesday. What's up, Trigon? What's up, Wolf Knight? So, let me just double check they've actually uploaded a new chapter today, and I haven't been reliably lied to. No, we do have chapter 1.8 today. What's up, Tredavian? How's it going? How's everyone doing today? Actually, I need to have a little... What's up, Kevstar? How's it going? KB, I do be streaming... A what now? What you on about? I do believe there's likely to be longer chapters, Mordred, yeah. I do believe that is likely to be the case. I'm kind of hoping that, because this is chapter 1-1, 1-2, etc., up to 1-8. Oh, Dynamic Banner! I so didn't expect a Dynamic Banner reference. You took me right down history road with that one. So I'm hoping that from next week it'll be chapter 2, chapter 3. But honestly, who knows? Well, let's get into... not tweets and questions, but into, instead, Digimon Seekers. Chapter 1.8. Oh, Sunday Chaos today. The Code Cracking Team. The Code Cracking Team is a community of anonymous individuals who share the common goal of freedom of the network. Freedom of the digital world. There is no membership list. It is not a club of friends. There are various groups within the code cracking team. They have different ideologies, principles, and goals. Often, there are fights among them. Crack teams are at odds with the existing law and authority, the government. They are a group of outcasts who've been labeled as an antisocial group. This is the common denominator through a process of elimination. Nevertheless, those who call themselves code crackers more or less agree with the philosophy of the code cracking team and participate in its activities in a relaxed manner. Notice how they're really making sure to put code at the front of Cracker this time. On the monitor, a short movie uploaded to the Grim video service is shown to promote the code cracking team. Freedom of the network, freedom of the digital world. The digital world has no borders and no laws. Therefore, no government or law can block all activities involving Digimon. Ryosenji speaks. This is a common argument from the Code Cracker side. I don't know anything about the details. I had no connections, no education. It was simply the most lucrative job for me at the time. He first got interested in code cracking in high school. One of his questionable seniors talked him into doing it for the money. It's a common occurrence. It was probably a good fit for him. He made more than enough money doing it on a part-time basis. But after passing on the college entrance exams, Eiji started to take code cracking much more seriously. He decided he tried to make a living at it. So just to clarify, even though it was talking about Ryosenji there, it very quickly changed to talking about Eiji. Great job. You can do whatever you want. It's true, I can work however I want. But to the government, code crackers are the network's worst offenders, causing nothing but trouble. But be careful of traps. Get greedy and the Digipolice will come after you. The police department that handles cyber crimes has a team that deals with Digimon crimes. The Digipolice. It's a secret organization that has not been publicized, but it is known among code crackers. Just recently, a high school student acting as a code cracker to poach Digitama was arrested by the team. You're on the code cracking team, but you're not really interested in their philosophy. Freedom for you is, I guess, a sense of fashion. Shallow of me, right? But right now, I want a job and a track record. I wonder where that track record or your future will lead you. Eiji, what is your dream? I want to win, Eiji replies with sincerity. Oh, wow. Win what? I can't do it in real life, but on the internet, I'd like to become so big that I can change reality. I want to earn money, evolve my Digimon, and become a top-notch code cracker. I want to reach the point where I have a team of my own. So do you have to be a code cracker to do that? Yes! For me, the digital world is the only place where I can really change my life. He has a premonition. This job is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for Eiji to become a cracker of the highest caliber and change his life. Request for the Eiji, I want to change my lifeline for the soundboard. Great idea. Yeah.
Alright.
To be able to, as they actually are, to be able to live in the digital world. Hearing Eiji's words, Ryusenji smiles. The digital world can change a person's life, like it did with me. They've really got to sort out quotation marks and stuff. Eiji took these words as the words of a successful man who would become one of the wealthiest men in the world. But he has nothing at the moment. He has no wealth, no education, and moreover, no girlfriend.
Come on, get serious!
He doesn't have what it takes. He has nothing to live for but a cramped 3-mat room and an unhealthy, irregular diet. He'd just like me, for real. He can survive for now, but it won't be enough in the long run. Life will cost more the older he gets, and it will get more boring. I want to change my life. I want to win in the digital world. His mind is made up. He has no intention of losing out on his connection with Professor Ryusenji. No matter what it takes, he will finish this training job with the Loogamon. No matter what. Sometimes you can understand the world you should have seen and known for a long time only by looking at it from a different angle. Ryusenji murmurs. That's good. That's really good. I asked you to train Loogamon, but at the same time, I was testing you, Eiji. Ah, there you go again. If you were invested in the code cracking team down to their ideology, if you were a happy-go-lucky kid drunk on freedom, I wouldn't have given you this job. S-O-C. The insignia, a badge with a 3-letter alphabet. The badge, which was featured in the promotional movie, should be familiar to anyone who has ever tried to peek into the internet underground. Sons of Chaos. Chaos! Eiji takes a deep breath. The Sons of Chaos. It appears you know of them. Of course I do. They're an incredibly famous code cracking group. What's your impression of SOC? Eiji answers. On another level. They're top notch. He really admires them. But if you want to enjoy a carefree, easygoing life, they are the ones you should stay away from. They're extremists. A militant organization that is considered to be the right wing of the code cracking team. Right wing crackers, right on. They are known for their crimes using Digimon, information theft, corporate blackmail, cyber terrorism, you name it, but their leader has so much charisma. The Cyclops incident, the legendary code cracker Tartarus, a person who is at war with the world. The chances of anything coming from Mars. The Cyclops incident won't be described here. It was an event that made it impossible for the leaders of the international community to ignore the existence of code crackers. Code cracking teams in the digital world. The leader of the SOC, code cracker Tartarus, is yet to be identified. All that's known about him is that he's apparently Japanese. He's a dark hero. Tartarus is very popular. Much more popular than I am, Ryusenji smiles. There are many followers of Tartarus in Grimm, but there are also those who are against these extremists, saying that if they became too conspicuous, laws and regulations will be tightened. That's just it. Ryusenji looks at Eiji. The SOC is interfering in the digital world in a very negative way. The over-interference is creating risks to the Digimon ecosystem and ultimately to human society, and it's threatening my research as well, to the point where I'm extremely concerned about it. I see. It would be unfortunate for both humans and Digimon if the digital world and the real world become more isolated than they already are, due to strict illegal restrictions. Wouldn't you agree? Ryosenji takes a neutral position towards code crackers. If he didn't, he wouldn't have hired Eiji for this job. However, he is deeply concerned about violent crimes and terrorism using Digimon. This is because ultimately, he loves Digimon very much. There is one thing Ryosenji cannot forgive, it's code crackers who misuse Digimon and put them in danger. If you're a professor, don't you have a lot of contacts in the government? Eiji asks the question. Ryosenji is a government expert on technology and a special advisor to the digital world. He is also involved in the selection of police equipment. Of course, we've been lobbying for this. However, the current Prime Minister is all about studying, but has no power to implement. The police, on the other hand, just follow the law and crack down on code crackers. The related laws are not yet in place or are insufficient. Things are not going well. Professor, I think we're getting off on the wrong foot here. I guess you're not interested then. It's not like that at all. It's just I'm getting more and more excited is all. Ever since he decided to become a code cracker, he knew that one day he would want to do this kind of work. He doesn't mean capturing Digimon, collecting Digitama, or collecting junk data. He wants to do something dangerous. Something with a more adult feel to it. It's an undercover investigation into the Sons of Chaos. I want you to find out what the mysterious leader Tartarus is up to. It's all for the sake of the digital world and Digimon. It's for the sake of protecting them. And that's chapter 1.8. Interesting chapter. Rude thing not to explain the cracking presence now. Totally. So, big things we want to know about, right? We want to know about this Cyclops incident. Cyclops incident won't be described here. So now, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Tartarus is the deepest abyss, both a deity and a place in the underworld. Let's see if I can find images of Tartarus. Is Tartarus a Cyclops? Tartarus, oh. Yeah, okay, it looks like... Huh. So it looks like there's some connection to Tartarus and Cyclops, but I'm not entirely sure. Prisoners of Tartarus. Okay, we can look into the original myth here. So Tartarus is yes, like an underworld, but it's also a deity. The first race of Cyclops, Brontes, Thunderer, Sterops, Lightner, and Argus, Thunderbolts, were the first generation of Greek giants. Now, isn't it interesting that we have a very prominent Pulsemon in this story? Interesting. Each of them, as well as their future descendants, such as Polyphemus, we know from the Odyssey, had only a single blazing eye, which was located directly in the middle of the forehead. This eye is said to represent the fiery sun. Each one lived alone with his family on a mountaintop. Their father Uranus considered them so shockingly hideous that he decided to throw the Cyclops into Tartarus, the lower region of the underworld. So Cyclopses in Greek myth were in Tartarus. So that's the sort of lore connection there. Their connection to Thunder does make me think. Now, this may be a stretch. We do have a couple of Cyclops Digimon, right? We have Cyclonemon, which could work. We have who else we got? Sumemon, right? Keramon's Prevo. I mean, Cyclomon is only like kind of technically a Cyclops, because he's actually Cyclone, right? But it also is like it's a bit of both. Cyclops, or maybe it is just Cyclops. All right, so there could be that. However, Here's my idea. Kuramon, that's what I'm thinking of, not Sumo. Well, Sumomon as well, I guess. Here's something that could be happening. Maybe, with the Thunder connection. Shroudmon, who has big ol' fucking eye on his belt. Would be very interesting if Judge's Shroudmon was part of the Tartarus event. The Cyclops incident. That would be fucking nutty. And it's going to be one of those things where my brain's gone instant connection and then it's not a thing. But that would be pretty cool because again, if they are leaning on the original myth, the Cyclops and Tartarus has a connection to Thunder and stuff. So I mean that could be that Judge's Pulsemon became a Shroudmon and that was a bad end. Maybe. Legendary Codecracker Tartarus, a person who's at war with the world. Cyclops incident won't be described here. Other, there's like a bunch of Thunder Digimon, right? We don't know yet, Geo Knuckles. We've got no idea. I'm going to very quickly go check the other shit. So I now don't necessarily think we're going to be seeing Chapter 2 next week. We may be seeing Chapter 1-9. And this is actually... I don't know. I really don't know. Because we still have, let's not forget, a meeting with... Someone's meeting Shu, the Digipolice. AG's going to the digital world. And Loogamon's digivolving. All of these things are the trailer for Chapter 1. Now, that's not enough stuff to encompass a year's worth of story. But that does to me indicate that next week we'll be seeing Chapter 1-9. And maybe for the rest of April we'll be in Chapter 1. And then starting May, we might see Chapter 2. I really don't know what their methodology, or it could just all be Chapter 1, but then that's a lot. Maybe we'll get a Part 2 trailer. Sunday could be just the rest of Chapter 1. That's not a bad shout. It could be Chapter 1-9, and it's as long as everything we've had before. Or they're just going to keep it this length for the rest of the year, which is nuts. I kind of hope it'll be longer too, Raiden. That's kind of where my head's been at. But I was expecting, not necessarily the end of this chapter today, but I was expecting more of a wrap-up, as we now have to wait a week until the next one. So I don't know what their plan is. Their plan might just be to do this, keep this pace going for the rest of the year, which would be a shame, I think. But hey, it makes these streams easier. But we really don't know. It's all up in the air right now. AJ said he wants a team, so foreshadowing Doraemon. Maybe not anime. It definitely could be the case that he gets Ryudamon and Doraemon. I still think that's a very likely scenario. However, he already has the Tyrannomon that he had on his Digimon Axel that he's moved across to his linker. So it may have been referring to them. It would be pretty fucking cool, I think, though, if these are all three of AG's partners. I think that would make a ton of sense, especially if he encounters them sort of one by one. Judge's Pulsemon, man. That would be really cool. And he's like, he's on the same side as one of these guys who is Tartarus, right? They're kind of making you think it could be this guy, but there's every chance this guy's Japanese too. One of these two guys is responsible for the Cyclops incident. And Leon Alexander, aka Judge, if we see his Pulsemon become Shroudmon, that would be huge. That would be absolutely huge. I mean, I wish we got just a little bit more of a teaser about the Cyclops incident. The novel like straight up says like, we ain't talking about that today. Shut your mouth. Know your role. Cyclops incident. They are known for using crimes using Digimon, information theft, corporate blackmail, cyber terrorism, you name it. But their leader has so much charisma. The Cyclops incident. The legendary codecracker Tartarus, a person who is at war with the world. Yeah, if Pulsemon can have multiple Evos, I'd love that. That would be my, ideal. Leader of the SOC, Codecracker Tartarus is yet to be identified. All that's known about him is that he's apparently Japanese. Yeah. But, man, if it was Shroudmon. If it was Shroudmon, though. Oh. That would be baller. Actually, let's look at Shroudmon's reference book listing. Demon Digimon that evolved from a certain Digimon that tempered its body beyond its limit during unimaginable training. As a result of it just fighting repeatedly like an Asura, it came to be known as the Fierce God. Its mind is already broken, it's even forgotten the reason why it sought strength. So definitely great Dark Digivolution contender. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, exactly. Bulkmon's cool, but like I'm trying to see... Hold on. Impulse City Dim card. What Digimon lore is this mostly taken from? Digimon technically has one consistent lore. The reference book lore is the main lore, so it's all pulling from there. It's rare, it does happen, but it's rare that a show will technically deviate. They'll just be on different servers. Oh, we're gonna have to go over to my boy Humulos because Google is being stupid. Go to the original Dim Evolution Guide. Impulse C. There we go. So, yeah, like, Bulkmon, cool guy. But if we can see, like, Examon, Runamon, who I believe still doesn't have a card. Fact check me on that. I don't know if that's true. Like, Namakemon would be great. Divemon would be super interesting. Like again, I like the Bulkmon, Boutmon, Kazuchimon line. But if we could get some of this other, especially Achilles, with Tartarus being a Greek reference. Oh no. Oh no. That could be kind of... Oh! Okay. Judges Pulsemon, right? Fucks around in the middle leagues. The Tartarus incident was Shroudmon, and he's not gone to Mega since. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm worried about it. I'm scared. I don't know if like my Digimon, he might go too far." And then boom, Achillesmon. That'd be pretty cool. But probably I'm going too fanfic now, and it won't happen. I know what's gonna happen. Bandai's.
He was trying to fuck on me.
But it's probably not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I can't let myself believe my theories anymore because I get too into them, and then they're never true. RIP to Ghost Game Trifusion Theory. Greek reference and this is the birth of the Dims. Probably not. I would think it's more like because bear in mind, just to rein myself in, we actually don't know if Leon Alexander, aka Judge, has any relation to Tartarus or the Cyclops incident. It could just be that I'm putting Greek with Greek, right? But if they do that, if they're like, oh, Achillesmon is Greek, Tartarus, Cyclops, there's a lot of that connection, that would be cool, you know? I think it's more likely, from like, if we're actually being legit, Achillesmon is on there because of like Greco-Roman Olympics, right? Pulsemon's Dim is a reference to like all the sports. You've got like weightlifting, general exercise, running, laziness in Namakemon, martial arts, baseball, swimming, dancing, hip hop, that kind of like, you know, capoeira, things like that. Mountain climbing, biking, like chambara, sword play and stuff. Yeah, yoga could be yoga too. Yoga with Shivamon for sure. Achillesmon kind of represents, like I say, Greco-Roman as well as javelin, and then Shroudmon, boxing, killing motherfuckers, which is my favorite sport. Do you think Olympus 12 will be involved somehow? I've gone back and forth on this. I think it would be interesting, but I feel like they don't want to blow their load on the Olympus 12, and probably because they're definitely in the next story game. So I think it's more likely that they're focusing on like the crack team and the D Brigade and stuff, because they're probably not gonna get a ton of outings anytime soon, maybe. So, but it's not impossible for sure. Shroudmon equals roids, 100%. But honestly, I think that's kind of it today for Digimon Seekers. I will keep an eye tomorrow. As far as I know, today is the last day that it's daily, and then it's moving to weekly. But I'll keep an eye tomorrow, and if a new chapter does go up tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I'll stream at like 4:30. I also like the D Brigade, Epic Almond. Little bit of what am I trying to say? Not gatekeeping. Bookkeeping? I don't know what word I'm trying to say. New videos going out in about 2.5 hours. It would mean the absolute world when it comes out. You click through, check it out, give it a like. That would be very lit. These things are going to keep up. This whole stream Digimon Seekers thing is going to keep up till the end of April, and then we're going to reevaluate what we do. I really don't think there's any need for us to stop, but obviously there may be weeks where I'm late or whatever. I am a huge gatekeeper, it's true. You can't like my favorite Digimon or I'll cry. I'm glad I catch this, your awesome Karn. No worries, Kevstar, appreciate you. International Digidestin? Yeah, I'm currently working on that one. It's a good point. When have I got that scheduled for? That's currently looking at May. We may go June with that one. I have to rewatch so much Digimon that I don't have time for it right now. I am gaslight gatekeeping and Karn bossing. It's been a year. Listen, there's videos of people who wanted that have been going for longer than a year. If you want to see videos before they go out, you can become a channel member for as little as like $2 a month. And there is currently today's video and the next video and a short on early access, and there'll be another early access after that, like in the next couple of days. That's kind of everything. I appreciate you all. Thank you to the people that are already members. It does mean a lot. We've thankfully got some good sponsors this month, but some months we don't be. Have you heard of SSS Gridman? I have. Yes, I have a friend, High C, who likes Gridman, or liked Gridman. I don't know. I was never really into Ultraman or anything like that. Alright, everyone, be good people. I really like that Shroudmon theory, and now I'm going to be sad when it doesn't happen. Remember to stay in drugs. Don't do school. And I really do appreciate you all. Thank you so much. For a very good month of the channel. 1.3 million views in 28 days. Amazing. I will see you next time when we go digital. Bye-bye, gamers.